Well, Diddy has completely screwed up the first impressions part of checking into a new prison because he is in trouble yet again. This time it has to do with a three-way phone call.
Jesus, Charles.
What? It's a pregnant pause. It happens.
Don't say pregnant.
Yes, a three-way phone call that is a major no-no. You cannot have three-way phone calls. Obviously, prisoners have rights to have phone calls, but you can't patch in someone else.
So there have been stories out this morning that this three-way call had to do with Diddy being upset about something with the New York Times or wanted to somehow get in touch with the New York Times.
Wanted to give them a statement.
And that he had a publicist or somebody on one and somebody else. We have now confirmed, I've got some information here. Number one, there was a three-way call. It was a personal call involving two family members. It had nothing to do with an article. It was a personal call with two family members. And he, according to this one source who is directly connected to Diddy, just didn't know about the three-way call restriction. So that's what this was about. Less here than meets the eye.
So was that family member going to give a statement to the New York Times, or is the New York Times
It was not about.
cover?
It was not about an article. It was a purely, quote, purely personal matter.
So the New York Times part, Derek, is in the documents, right?
Yes, but I think this also dovetails with something else in the documents, which is about the three-way call being about family visits, and it could be that phone call, right, where Diddy apparently said bring $200 worth of singles, and that could be an infraction as well because you're not allowed to bring paper currency. You can only bring coins for the vending machine. So now this is all starting to dovetail that this three-way call didn't have to do with a New York Times piece and wanting to put a comment in.
It was probably about bringing money, because I do know something else, by the way, that, this is interesting, that two of the baby mamas were visiting Diddy, and that when we published the story, which we're going to talk about in a minute, that he had been cited for drinking alcohol, that they were on their way to see him, and they let Diddy see them a day or two later. So this all kind of makes sense. This was a personal phone call.
This is
and
all
had nothing to do with an article.
This is all really falling into place. Now, this is an infraction as well, and there would be consequences for it. We've now seen on the BOP's website, the Bureau of Prisons has moved his expected release date from May 8th, 2028 to June 4th, 2028. And these calculations are based on what good behavior credits that you have, and those will move as you have infractions. He's only been there since October 30th, but he apparently has this alcohol issue potentially and this three-way call.
So let's talk about the alcohol issue for a minute, because when we published the story on Friday, we got this information from people who are connected to Diddy right now.
Right.
Okay, right now. And we confirmed with somebody on the outside who has a direct connection to Diddy that it involved substances. And I literally just got off the phone with that person 5-10 minutes ago. The person said, your story about homemade alcohol in the prison, quote, 100% true. So, you know, there's a lot going on here, but we're told now by multiple people, 100% true on the alcohol front, which kind of makes sense. Now they're saying he's committed to sobriety and everything else.
That would be the response you would give without admitting that he had the alcohol.
That's right.
But you would say that to be like...
That's right.
And we also know he's in the residential drug abuse treatment program in the prison. That's part of the report as well.
Which he was also in when he was in New York.
Correct. That was at MDC Brooklyn, and it's now continued at Fort Dix.
So it looks like definitely an infraction for the three-way call, which we now confirmed and was a personal call, and we are told the alcohol story true.
Hi, my name is Erica, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I just feel like Diddy thinks because of his celebrity status that he's above the law. He has proven his time after time. I don't see how he didn't know that you couldn't do a three-way call in prison. I'm just not buying it.
Well, you know, I got to say, it's a different culture when you're
and there are
in
different
prison.
rules. I have no idea if there's an orientation. I'm pretty sure you don't get a handbook laying out the rules. So to me, it seems believable that there are going to be some rules you don't know.
5 jokes, I'll avoid.
Good job.